Welcome to AAPD Online Live. This is our first webinar, and today I'm Rob Burkhart, and I'm a moderator for this webinar. And with me is Evan Abbey from AAPD Online, and he's going to tell us about Softchalk, or sometimes called Lesson Builder.
Yeah.
So Evan, what is it? What does it do?
Well, as you can see on the screen here, we have an online lesson, and this is a lesson from one of our online courses that we offer. It's actually from a series of courses called OLLI, which is for Online Learning for Iowa Educators. And this lesson is created in Softchalk. Just to take a quick look at it, when you go to the lesson, you have content there, and there's a button to click here to go to the next screen. And as you can see on any lesson, there's going to be text as well as you can put in pictures or captions or things like that. This lesson doesn't have too much in it. We're going to take a look at some other lessons today that have a little bit more, but you can have links and things like that. The nice thing about Softchalk that a lot of educators like is that it creates the template for you. You don't have to do that. You basically can just put in the content, and it takes just a matter of minutes to create content that would otherwise take hours or even days.
So, how much does this cost for educators?
Well, that's a good question. That's the best part. Normally, this piece of software would cost $600 for educators, but in the state of Iowa, every K-12 educator has access to this for free, and it's because the AEAs have purchased this, and so you can go and you can download it from the statewide Moodle website. We'll take a look at that later on and how to do that. But yeah, it's free for any educator. You download the program and you're able to use it to create online content.
You know, there's a lot of things there, pictures, a lot of different things. Looks like it takes a lot of time to do it. How simple is it to use?
Well, it's pretty simple. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to go ahead and go into the program here, pull that up, and make that a little bigger so we can see it. This is the Softchalk program when you open it up here, and as you can see across the top, there are some buttons that you can choose from. It's kind of like a simplified Microsoft Word. Some people call it kind of like Google Docs when they first see it. There isn't too many options, and that makes it pretty easy to do. It's as far as word processing goes, you can go in, you can type. So let's say we were creating a lesson on a poetry unit. Put here, poetry unit is my title, and I can highlight that, change the font here, some different choices to choose from, change the size. They also have some formatted text. I'm going to go ahead and make this a heading here, and after you do that, if you want, you can go in and insert a page break. I'll show you what that does here in a little bit, but that's how you go and you make several pages throughout it. So now that we put in that page break, we're going to go ahead and create a first page. Let's just call this page, What is Poetry, here. And then down below we could go and we could define poetry. Poetry is, and fill it in there. Now one of the other things you can do is you can go and insert an image. In your toolbar you can see an icon that looks like kind of a mountain range, and that's the icon you'd click to add in an image. It's very similar again to Google Docs or Microsoft Word. It's going to ask you to go and select your image that you want to find. And so we're just going to go ahead and find an image here. Put that in. And it allows you to go and you can resize your images, make them any size you'd like, and also change the alignment.
Evan, as I'm looking at it, I'm noticing it says there's like a little red bar, that little dot that says not recommended. What does that mean?
Well, when you bring in images, one of the things that when you design websites, if you bring in a really large image, it takes a lot of computer power to go and resolve that image to optimize it and make it smaller. So what you can do before you do that here is you can change the size of that image and optimize it. And one thing that Lesson Builder does is it takes care of it just by clicking a button. You click it, and as you can see, the screen turns, and now it's a good image to go ahead and put in. I can go ahead and change that and make it smaller if I'd like to. And put in that image. If I ever want to, I can go back, I can change it. Say move it to the right of the screen. Click OK. All right. And then finally, I'm going to go ahead and put in another page break. I'm just going to go ahead and call this page 3. And now, what I'm going to go ahead and do, first I'm going to save it. I'm just going to call this a sample poetry lesson. Put it on my desktop. Nope, don't use spaces. And then after we do that, I'm going to click here to preview it, and it's going to preview it in an internet browser. And there it is. Click next page. Now you probably noticed there's not a whole lot of template there or any stylistic drawing, so we'll take a look at how to add that in. If I go back to my Softchalk program and go under Properties, go down to Style Properties, and here are all the pre-built styles that come in. Now on my particular computer I've got some that I've created myself, but there are other ones that come straight out of the package that you can apply. So let's say this green one is one that you like. You can apply that, click OK, and it automatically goes and reformats it. And you can see what the content looks like, but if we save it and click that image to go and show it again, now you're going to see Softchalk has gone and created the banner as well as these navigational elements that let you go from page to page. And that is why teachers really like this, is because that part of creating the wraparound, the container for these lessons, the program takes care of it for you.
So it's really just done that quickly.
Yeah, that's it.
So if a teacher had a PowerPoint or Word documents or things like that, how might they take those lessons they already have and put them into this?
Well, you can do it a lot of different ways. You can copy and paste it. That's probably the simplest way to do it. With PowerPoint, if you have a lot of graphics on there, one thing that I see a lot of teachers do is take a screenshot of things and then use that as an image and put that in. Softchalk has a built-in tool where you can import PowerPoint slides, and you can have actually a presentation within it too, which is another option as well.
So if, you know, one of the things that's always concerns teachers is that kids aren't really paying attention. They're just clicking through things, getting it done, and not really paying much attention to it. So how can people make sure that, what can they put in to know that people are reading, comprehending, understanding what's there?
Well, that's a good question. Softchalk comes with a lot of different built-in capabilities we haven't even looked at yet, and these things are really neat. One of the things that you can do is you can add in questions. It's kind of check your understanding type of questions. And they do this through what they call question poppers. So I'm back in my Softchalk program, and I'm going to go under the Insert menu, and I'm going to go down to a quiz popper, and you have different choices that you can choose from. These are all different selected responses. So you can put in a true-false question, a multiple choice, a multiple answer question. Let's put in a multiple choice one just to see kind of what it looks like, and again get a feel for how difficult is this. So for example here, we have a question, and we can say first day of the school week is, and then we can put down our choices. In this particular quiz popper, to select the right answer, you go ahead and select the dot over on the right side. Click that. And one thing that's really neat is you have a lot of capabilities here. You can go and put in feedback. So you know, they have some generic one here, but you could say, right, the first day of the week is Monday, or check your calendar again if they didn't quite get that right. You can also provide hints if you'd like, depending on the type of question. And you have some options of how you display it. And you can say whether you want it to to be hidden or shown right on the page. You can have it be a pop-up if you'd like, and there's all types of different things. And one of the things you can do too is you can make it worth points if you'd like. If questions are worth points, a tool like Moodle or whatever can go and grade it. So as the student goes through and completes it, Softchalk will tabulate the number of points, then it can put it into a grade book automatically for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And there is our question. It's been placed in there. Now let's take a look at that on the web and see what that looks like. That was on page 3. And there it is. So try it out. If I clicked on the wrong answer, it gives me a little feedback there. It helps tell you what you need to do for your feedback. Get the right answer. Going back to Softchalk, there's lots of different options for those quiz poppers. We just looked at multiple choice, but you can add in, like we said, true, false, short answer, matching, ordering, or essays as well.
Okay. I know a lot of teachers have been building in a lot of different multimedia things in their classrooms. So can this handle, multimedia, video clips, those types of things as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You can, under the insert menu, you can go and you can insert your media, and you can select what you'd like, whether it's an audio or a video. So that could be something that sits on your computer already, like you might have a downloaded video that you've got or you've taken that you want to put in. You can also embed a video, and to show you that really quickly, I'm going to cancel out of this, and I'm going to go to YouTube really quick, and let's do a YouTube search for Softchalk. So here's a video on getting started with Softchalk. If I click on that.
In this video, we're going to...
Now within YouTube, they have underneath any video, if you click on share, you can get an embed code. Some don't have it, but a lot of them do. You can go and you can copy that code right there. And I'm going to go back to here. And I'm just going to go ahead and insert it where we had it. You can actually insert this in a lot of different ways. I'm going to insert it as what they call a widget. You could insert it as an iframe as well. Let's take another look at our new product. There you see it. Your video has been embedded in.
So right away, people can basically have everything that they want in one place, organized for students, and students don't have to go to other places trying to find all the different parts as they're going along.
Yeah.
All right, Evan. So what are some of the other features of Softchalk?
Well, we took a look at the quiz poppers and the ability to put in video and other things like that. There's actually a lot of different features, a lot of different activities that even go to another level. And I'll show you just a few of those here. This is a sampler that we created, actually. This is a sampler that we created, and we have it on our statewide server that gives examples of all the different things. So here's another lesson created in Softchalk. You can see a different template. Over on the side, though, one of the features that's nice is it has the ability to automatically generate sidebars. Now this sidebar goes and creates a link to everything that's listed as a header on this particular page. But you can also create it, for example, this is a sidebar that has links to other sites, for example. So a lot of teachers like that to make their lessons more interactive, and again to be able to extend out to different things on the web. Another feature of Softchalk is what's called text poppers. We'll take a look at how to put these in too. A text popper is very simple. It's this hypertext that when you hover over a particular word, it lets you have like a little pop-up that comes up. And so this is an example of someone who's gone and they've defined a word in a text popper. But you can do other things too. You can put another place for a reflective question. You can put that in. You can also put a link such as, hey, here's a person who we mentioned if you want more information on them. Click here. And finally, you can also put, like things like examples and things in there too. So text popper is another item. And then, as I said, there are these other activities that are involved too. I'm going to go forward here. Softchalk comes with about 20 different activities, and this lesson will go through all of them here. Some of them are more educational, instructional than others, but this is one example here. This is a chart that we could go and build, and they have two different types of charts. This is a pie chart, circle chart, and then they also have a pyramid chart that you can put in. True to form, anytime you click on a particular item, it brings up different information that you can enter over here to make it more interactive. Moving through here, another one is a crossword puzzle that some people add in. This is an activity, a did you know activity, which allows people to, you can ask a question and let them quiz themselves and then click the answer to show that answer. You can also do, and this one's one that is very heavily used. It's the drag and drop activity. This is a matching activity, but allows people to practice and experiment. So this particular one asks people to match the objects that they, with the tools that they partner with. So you can click on something and drag it up there. And play a little music if you'd like it to as well. And if you are wrong, for example, and you can adjust that. You can have as many different pairs as you'd like for that type of activity. And so on and so forth. So there's a flashcard activity. There's a hotspot activity, which is really neat. So you can take an image, and when you hover over it, you can show what that particular part of that image indicates. A jigsaw puzzle, a labeling activity. This is similar to the hotspot activity where you can go and grab item and put it in. Again, if you're wrong, rejects it. You can also turn the music off too if it's annoying. And ordering and so on and so forth. A lot of teachers really like these activities because they're quick to make. In fact, let's just take a look at one. Let's do a drag and drop activity. And I'm going to go ahead and make a new page. And to do that, go insert an activity, and there's all the different ones you can choose from. And you might be wondering about this mobile friendly. There are some new activities that have come out in the newest version of Softchalk that work really well on mobile phones and iPads and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and click that drag and drop activity. And it brings up a little dialog box. All the activities do this. And for this particular one, it asks you to go in and identify the match. So I'm going to go ahead and do just like that. Now, just like with the quiz questions that we saw earlier, the quiz poppers, you have different options. You can go in, you can, whether you allow the person to restart it or different things like that. You can also make this a graded activity if you'd like, or just one that allows students to play around with it. So I'll click OK, and then it puts it in there. Go ahead and make this a header. And let's save it and take a look at it.
So really with those mobile apps, not only can I build this for laptops, but students who might be in a one-to-one iPad school, that would also work on their tablets as well.
Yeah. And the neat thing about this, we've had Softchalk within the AEAs for about 5 years now, and I've been at the AEAs for about 4. And there's been 3 different updates for different versions. Each version comes out with new features and new items. those mobile app activities are the newest, and as that is becoming more and more the rage, you can see a lot more different options there. So here's our lesson again that we were building, and click on page 4. It's a new page here, and there we go, and put it in. Or have it. That's how fast it is to make those type of activities. The drag and drop one is pretty easy to do, but it allows for more interactivity, which is what students and teachers are looking for.
So it's all pretty quick. It's all basically running on a browser, so it's really kind of free from whether it's Mac or Windows. It doesn't matter what you've designed it on. It's good. So how would a teacher get that on the web? How do they do that?
There's two different ways, and it depends on if you want the lesson to, as we talked about earlier, whether you want the lesson to be a graded activity, so the computer grades it for you and automatically enters it into a grade book, or if you just want a student to go through it on their own. You can have activities that they do on their own, and if it's not feeding into a grade book, that's fine too. If it's not feeding into a grade book, that's the easiest way to do it. Going back to our Softchalk, go ahead and I'm going to click Save here, and I'm going to go to the desktop where we were saving this. I'm going to show you what that looks like. And so now that I'm on the desktop, here's that file that I was saving called Sample Poetry. The way Softchalk saves it is you told it, hey, I wanted to save it on the desktop, and it created it in a folder, and it creates automatically all the different files for you. It puts in that picture that we put in, it creates all of those web pages. This is all done in HTML. If you know CSS and you know how to design websites, you can actually go in and tinker with that as well. But again, Softchalk does the building for you. The nice thing is too, it does all the ADA compliance. It meets all the American Disabilities Act compliance, all the website guidelines and everything like that. All you need to do is take that folder, that sample poetry folder in this case, or whatever you would call it, and drag that onto your web server. And then you can go, and the page, the first page, it's called index.html, or it's also called, in this case, the sample poetry.html. That first page is the first page of your lesson. And once it's on the server, that's what you click on to go to it.
So you just drag that whole folder on your server, and that's it. They're ready to go.
That's it. Yeah. So the other option is a little bit more involved, but not too bad. And that is if you take in your Softchalk program and you wanted to use it so that the computer would grade it for you. Now this involves placing it into Moodle. So if you're not experienced with Moodle yet, this really isn't an option for you. But if you are experienced with Moodle, what you're going to do is you're going to package the lesson. And so in Softchalk, I'm going to go under File. I've already saved it, but now I go and I'm going to click on Package the Lesson. And here it asks you what type of package that you want. So I'm going to click a standard zip, and then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on LMS with SCORM 2004. Now SCORM might not be something you've heard of, but it is it's a compliant package that allows that different sites like Moodle or Blackboard or other learning management systems use to go and to have self-graded lessons and activities. So you'd click that one. It does say whether you want to allow a single attempt or unlimited attempts. If you'd like, they have some other options here. You can have a scoring summary, for example, if you'd like. You can even have it so that it says you email the results to a teacher when you're finished, or you can print out a certificate of completion. But for right now, I'm not going to do any of those. I'm just going to click OK. And it's going to zip the file. It even tells you where it zipped it. It zipped it into that folder that's sitting on the desktop. And it calls it the name of your package, then it'll say SCO 2004, SCORM 2004.zip. Now that zip file is what you're going to upload to Moodle. And you'll go into your Moodle course. You're going to add an activity, a SCORM package, and then you'd select that and upload that. Once you do that, just like we've done in our OLLI courses, a person who clicks on that lesson, they could pull up just as you've seen it, any activities with points, it would calculate those points, and then it would put that into the gradebook for you.
So whatever learning management system you're using in your district, whether it's Moodle or Blackboard or Canvas or any of those types of things, we should be able to use that in it. So even if your district changes, you've still got this and it's still good to go.
These will work no matter what. And we haven't talked about the website for Softchalk. Softchalk has a website, which we'll look at here as we finish. And they have directions on all things with learning management systems, even more complicated things that you can do than just putting lessons in. There's other features you can do. And so if you are with a different system, if you're using Canvas, for example, Softchalk has directions on how you can put that into Canvas as well.
So it sounds really great. So what's the disadvantage, or what's the...
Well, one of the things that people have noticed about Softchalk is it's a program that you download to your computer and then you go and you build on it. One of the problems with that is it doesn't allow for you to be doing some collaborative building with other teachers, because what will happen, and think of this like Microsoft Word, what will happen is I might sit here and I could create a lesson and I could create that folder, and then I could zip it up just like we did here and send it over to you.
Mm-hmm.
You could go and take it and unzip it and work on it here,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem is if you're working it on over there and I can't go and work on the same copy,
right,
because then we've got two different versions going on. Just like Microsoft Word did that, and so one of the fixes for that was to have a program like Google Docs where you could work on the same one up in the cloud. Softchalk's coming out with a new product, and we might talk about that at some other time, called Softchalk Cloud, which does allow you people to work on it at the same time. They don't do statewide licenses for it, so it's not a product that's available for Iowa teachers, other than if they'd purchase it. So that's, even though that's a disadvantage there, if people do get involved with Softchalk and are looking for to take it to that next level with some collaborative building, that Softchalk Cloud is one thing they want to check out.
Okay. So what else do we need to know about Softchalk?
Well, first of all, we need to know where to download it.
Okay.
From. And so we're gonna look at that, and we also want to show you the Softchalk website, because there's a lot of neat things. I'm going to start with that actually, and get to the right site here. Just go to softchalk.com when you go there, and on the website they've got, under their showcase, they have different lessons that people have chosen from. Softchalk has a whole community that they build with teachers out there, and teachers will go and create lessons and then share them back with the community. They even have awards and things that they're doing. You can search for different lesson types you'd like. So for example, if I wanted to find something on Thomas Jefferson, type that in and let the website do its magic. And so here's a lesson that a teacher has created on that. I can click there and download it.
So really it's an open source site as well, that people can collect things, or maybe use a lesson, just try it out in a classroom to see how it works with their students.
You know, you can use it. You can use it to take a lesson. The thing that I find teachers like most about this is just an idea generator. You can go there and you look at the lesson and say, "Oh, this is how that teacher did that. That gives me an idea of how I want to put together a lesson." One of the things that new teachers realize is that when creating a lesson, they just kind of put some text and things on there, but there's a lot that goes into the design process. How big do you put your images? How many images? How do you put in activities so that there's a nice flow to a lesson? And all those things that go into an instructional design process. The best way to become a better designer is to look at other people's work and to get ideas from them, and this is a site that allows you to do that.
Okay.
Also on the site, they have support that you can go to. That, again, they've got PDF manuals to help you out and things like that. But it's a great site to go and to get ideas from. They also have webinars and other short classes and things like that, trainings that they do. So if I go under here, under Learn More, and I click on webinars, they'll list, for example, here's the calendar of webinars that are coming up this month. And you can see we've got several coming up, and you can go and register for those and take those. Those are free for people to use.
Okay.
So if you're interested in downloading Softchalk, what we're going to ask is that you contact us at AAPD Online. You can use that to email us at info@aapdonline.org, and either Rob or I or another one of our staff members will help you get set up with that. You can actually download off the statewide Moodle site. To do that, you need to have a Moodle account. We do require you to go into the statewide site because that's our way of checking to make sure you are a K-12 educator when you go there. So when you have a Moodle account, make sure you use your district email address and put that in. Once you email us at info@aaapdonline.org, we'll give you back what's called an enrollment key as well as the website address. You just click on that address. And when you do that, it'll ask you for that enrollment key, and you won't be able to get to that site unless you type that in. But when you do, this is what the site looks like. Go ahead and pull that up here. Here's where you go. It says, this first link says to begin. Click here for download and installation, and it has links for Windows, Mac, as well as the enrollment key or the license key that you have to type in once you download that package. You also have this item here, this lesson builder sampler. That is that lesson that we looked at earlier that had the different examples from Softchalk in there. The did you know activity, the drag and drop, all those different things. You can click on there. We've also got some tutorials that we've done in the past, as well as PDF user guides, and we do have links to their website as well. So lots of good stuff there, and that's where you go and you download it on your computer.
All right. Well, thanks, Evan, for taking some time with us today to tell us about this, and look for more future webinars coming up through AAPD Online. If you have any questions, be sure to email us at info@aapdonline.org. Thank you.